Hello, I'm Melior Sims. I'm the Holistic Tooth Fairy. I'm an intuitive, natural oral health coach. So I help people heal and prevent tooth decay and gum disease with a combination of physical protocols and metaphysical strategies, working with the emotional, energetic, spiritual, or psychological influences on your oral health. In this video, I'll start by introducing some important guidelines to keep in mind when you're working with the metaphysical associations with different parts of your mouth. Then I'll talk about the quadrants, the upper and lower jaws, the left and right hand side of the mouth. So no matter which part of your mouth you're experiencing symptoms, you'll find something of interest in this video. And finally, I'll give you some examples and suggestions of ways you can work with these metaphysical associations to make sense of your symptoms and start working in ways that can help you to heal on that energetic or metaphysical level. This video series is all about the metaphysical meaning or associations with your oral health and how to use those understandings as a tool for healing. But it's important to remember that you have to care for your physical body as well. Your mouth is part of your physical body and needs physical support. So that might mean changes to your diet or using herbs. It might mean tweaking your oral hygiene routine. It can mean looking at how you breathe, relaxing your jaw or some other anatomical support for your mouth, or it might involve a necessary dental procedure. Understanding and working with the metaphysical meanings of your oral health symptoms is valuable because it can help to make the physical strategies of support for your mouth, including necessary dental procedures, to work more effectively and sustainably, speeding up your healing and making it last for longer. In my work as a coach, I use existing metaphysical frameworks such as traditional Chinese medicine's meridian system, a psychosocial system of interpretation developed by French dentist Dr. Michel Caffin, and correlations identified by people like Louise Hay, Yvette Rose, and others. And I use these as starting points for interpretation. They provide us with questions rather than with answers. Think of these existing associations as story prompts to help you explore your own experiences from your adult life or your childhood, from your family or your family lineage, or your ancestors, or even from past lives. Parts of your unique story might come to you in a dream, or while you're visioning in a meditation, or you might be inspired by something that you read or watch or listen to from the wider culture. Finding your healing story in this way can give you a delicate, imaginative tool for healing. It doesn't really matter whether your healing story is objectively true or accurate in order for you to change your relationship with the healing process and how you work with your symptoms in your mouth. But be careful. It can feel intoxicating to finally have an explanation for your symptoms. But that intoxication can lead you to give your healing story more weight than it can really hold. It may not be wise to use your healing story to influence your identity in any way, and you should certainly be very careful before you think about going public with your healing story and any kind of blame or claims. Before you take your healing story outside of the safe space of your healing work, i.e. outside of your journal or a confidential therapeutic conversation, make sure you have receipts. Without evidence or corroboration, sharing your healing story could hurt you or someone else. Metaphysically and dentally, you can divide your mouth into 4 quadrants: the upper and lower jaw, and the right and left sides. Your upper jaw is associated with dreams and intentions. It represents what you want and wish for. The upper jaw is where you set goals and visualize your future. Having symptoms in the upper jaw can mean that you are disconnected or cut off from your own desires and dreams. Your lower jaw is associated with taking action or speaking your truth. It can be associated with qualities of courage, authenticity, and decisiveness. Symptoms concentrated in your lower jaw may suggest that you have held back from taking action or suppressed yourself from speaking the truth or been suppressed. In many traditions, the right side of your mouth is associated with your father or masculine energies, and the left side of your mouth is associated with your mother or feminine energies. However, I find it's not usually helpful to take a literal or essentialist interpretation of these meanings. Rather, I prefer to use the Chinese concepts of yin and yang. The right side of your mouth may tend to be more yang, that is active, outward, professional, career-oriented, or more logical. The energy of the left side of your mouth may tend to be more yin, that is associated with the inner world, intuition, your family, your children, hobbies, or creativity. But these metaphysical frameworks are just starting points, not the answers. One way to work with these frameworks is to think about your symptoms as metaphors that you can apply to the themes suggested by the metaphysical frameworks for different parts of your mouth. Think of a list of words that describe your symptoms. For example, aggravating, irritating, deep, shallow, blocking, eroding, nagging, intermittent, subtle, overwhelming, irritating, invasive, unbalanced, or stuck. It might be words that come up for you as you try and talk about your symptoms or describe them to someone, or they might be words that someone else, like a dentist, uses to describe your symptoms. Doesn't matter where the words come from. Put them in the list, and then once you've written down the words that describe your symptoms, reread each word and think about the non-symptom experiences that those words could also be metaphors for. A thesaurus or a synonym search online might be helpful to give you more ideas of ways to interpret these words. Understanding the metaphysical meaning of your teeth can be like trying to put together a jigsaw puzzle where the pieces are mostly just blue sky. You have to try out lots of different possibilities to see what fits and feels right. With relaxed curiosity and a playful spirit, experiment with different interpretations. Try out different synonyms and metaphors for your symptoms against the different themes related to each part of your mouth where you're feeling the symptoms. For example, if you have a throbbing headache in your left upper jaw, think about whether there's anything in your personal life that feels overwhelming, or whether you have a nagging desire that remains unfilled. Have you had any relationships that feel like this symptom, or have felt like it in the past, especially with women or within your family or intimate circle? If the throbbing toothache is taking over your lower right side, consider whether your work life is demanding or whether you've made a career move you regret. Are you uncomfortable now or in the past with any men, perhaps in positions of authority, or anyone in a fatherly role or acting in a domineering way? Use your journal or a safe therapeutic type of conversation or meditation to keep exploring different possibilities and different combinations of metaphors and stories and ideas about symptoms and the placement of the symptoms in your mouth. Don't be afraid to extend the possible pool of healing story ideas by drawing on dreams, ideas from popular culture or media, conversations with other people, or your imagination. You won't always recognize your story straight away. Sometimes you'll really resist it. You'll think, not this old trauma. Surely after 20 years of therapy, I have resolved this by now. It can't still be hanging around causing problems in my mouth. Or you might think, oh, this is so trivial. I just don't have enough emotional investment in this issue for it to be causing this level of problems. But don't give up, because the body is surprising and it gives different weight to things than our conscious mind. So just keep exploring ideas and playing around in your journal or meditation or in safe conversations until you start to really feel like there's a strong resonance, a sense of rightness and alignment. And that's when you can start to clear and work more intensively with these stories. Sometimes it can take weeks of chewing on these ideas to start to get any kind of clarity. Don't give up. To help speed up your process, you could try watching my free Listen to Your Teeth masterclass, and that includes a guided visualization to listen to your teeth, which can help you get clearer about what your teeth are trying to tell you with these symptoms. In the next videos in this series, I'll look at specific types of teeth, for example, wisdom teeth, molars, incisors, or canines, and offer metaphysical associations and spiritual meanings associated with these teeth, as well as suggestions and ideas of ways to work with these understandings in order to heal your symptoms and move on to having strong, healthy, resilient, white, shiny, hard teeth. Subscribe to the Holistic Tooth Fairy YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of these videos as I make them and release them. Thank you for watching, and remember, you're the boss of your mouth.